Friends, let us discuss about Vogel approximation method. We have already discussed about northwest corner rule and least cost method. As discussed, there are three methods for initial allocation. They are northwest corner rule, least cost method and Vogel approximation method. Vogel approximation method is based on penalty. We look at different rows and different columns separately and we find penalty for each row and column. Penalty is found by taking the difference of the lowest two elements in row or column. We will see that by example. Let us see here the allocation costs are given here in this particular table: S1 D1, S1 D2, S3 DT, S1 D4 and so on and so forth up to S3 D4. Now normally when you do it manually, these costs are written at the top right corner of each cell. Since we are taking help of Excel for explaining, I have split that into two parts. The top part is the cost matrix and the lower part is your allocation matrix. So as and when we go on allocating, we will go on filling this lower portion. So let's go ahead and compute penalty. Now P1, P2, P3 are three steps. It could be more steps as well. So P1 means in first step what is the penalty for row S1. So when you look at here in this row, the difference between the lower two numbers are 30, 45. This means 15. This row the difference would be here we have got 40 and 60. This means difference will be 20. And the third row, S3 row, the difference will be 50, 40 and 50. Difference is 10. When you look at these columns, 40 and 50 are the lower two numbers. So here will be 10. Here again you have got 70, 70, 70, 75 and 80. So difference here would be 5. Difference here would be 30, 40, 50. Difference will be 10. And here difference would be 45 and 55, 10. So when you look at the penalty for rows and column, you find that 20 is the highest. This means first allocation we'll do here and we'll choose this particular row for doing the first allocation. Now in this row, once we choose the row, this means S2 row we are going to allocate first. Then we have to look at the lowest element in this row, which is 40 here. So this means the first allocation would be in the S2 D3. Now let's look at how much we can allocate here. When you look at the demand in D3 column is 10, but supply for S2 is 17. So lower of the two, this means lower of 10 and 17, we can allocate to S2 D3. So S2 D3 we can allocate 10, which is lower of the 10 and 17 here. The moment we do it, this particular row column is exhausted. This means we have fulfilled the demand of D3. Now let's go ahead with the second penalty calculation. Now let's look at all those which are not at touch. So here it becomes 45, 50, gap is 5. In the second one we have 60, 80 and 65, 60, 80 and 65, gap is again 5 with the lowest two elements. Third is 55 and 40, gap here is 15. Now this row is gone, so we leave that, other rows are intact. So we go ahead here and here is 5, this is gone, so here is again 10. So when you look at the difference, this is the highest penalty amongst row and column. So next we choose row S3. Now row S3 we have to look at the lowest element in this row. Left to, now here 40, 70, 55 are empty. Out of that 40 is the lowest. This means the next allocation has to be in S3 D1. So D1 is 10 unit and S3 is 11 unit. So S3 is 11 and D1 is 10. So here S3 D1 we can maximum do 10 unit because that is the lower of 10 and 11 here. So here we allocate 10 units. Now the moment we allocate 10 units here, let's mark it with the green color, and the moment you allocate 10 units here, this is also gone due to green allocation. And let us mark this one as a yellow color because this was a part of yellow allocation, just to create some sort of analogy and some sort of resemblance. So that we can remember that first allocation was here, second allocation was here. So now these two columns D1 and D3 are gone. Now, and the rows, like each row, none of the rows are still completed because each row we have some balance here. So now let's look at the penalty 3. So penalty 3 is 45 and 75, which is 30. And here is 60 and 80. We have 20 over here. And third is 55 and 70, 15. And now here when this row is gone, so here it will be 5. This is gone, so this is 10. No change in these two. So again, this is the lowest. So the third allocation we are going to do in S1 row. So now let's look at in S1 row, two elements with the left is 75 and 45. 45 is lower than 75. So our next allocation point would be S1 D4. Now let's look at how much we can allocate in this S1 D4. S1 row also we have demand of 12 and D4 we have demand of 10 and S1 row we have supply of 12. So lower of the 10 and 12, which is 10 units, can be allocated here. And this is what we are doing, 10 units allocation in this case. So let's complete this 10 units and write with this color. Now let's look at the moment you allocate 10 units, this D4 demand column is gone. It's completely exhausted. Now the only one which is left is D2 row where the demand is. So now we'll go on balancing each. So I think 75, because this part S1 row at the supply of 12, we have allocation of 10. So here we can put 2. And next one is this 70. Here is 11. 10 is already exhausted because S3 row we have the supply of 11. Whereas S3 row in allocation is 10. So 1 is left. So we can allocate 1 here. Now here in D2 column 3 is allocated. So we can put 7 here. The moment we put 7 here, all the, this is also fulfilled completely. So this means allocation is all complete actually. And we can use different colors here. We can use maybe different color. It got green again. So let us look at some different color. Let's put it blue. Okay. So now we see that all cells have been allocated. Now let's look at how many allocations are there. So we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So our rule of m plus n minus 1, this is 3 rows, 4 columns, 7 minus 1. There should be 6 allocation and we have 6 allocation. So one thing which is very important here, need to note down that in northwest corner rule we got a cost of 2250. In least cost method we got a cost of 2065, and in the Vogel approximation we are getting a cost of 2030, which is lowest of the 3. So as I mentioned earlier, Vogel approximation always gives you a better cost generally. Vogel approximation. So it is always recommended that the first allocation, like initial allocation, you should follow Vogel approximation method. Although Vogel approximation method is little complex than the first two, northwest corner rule and least cost method, but it gives you the lowest allocation generally. And when you have allocation using Vogel approximate method, then for optimization steps you need to work very little to get to optimization. Maybe other cases you may require couple of steps, but Vogel, many times you might get optimum solution, many times you might get to do one step. So I think all the 3 methods of initial allocation we have discussed, and those are northwest corner method, least cost method and Vogel approximation method. Thank you.